for me, one sort of quick sketch of how I think sort of reason can maybe lead my own mind to God when I think about it, that led me out of a state of not believing in God, state of agnosticism, is just thinking about existence. How is there anything in existence? And this question about like, how is there anything in existence sprouts into a kind of two-step argument for theism, which goes kind of like this. First, in order for there to be any existence, there's got to be sort of an anchor of existence, some kind of foundational reality that exists on its own, that anchors the rest of reality. That's kind of the first part of a two-part argument. And then the second part investigates the nature of this anchor, the nature of this foundational reality. And there I make an argument in the book, How Reason Can Lead to God, two kinds of arguments. One would be an argument from effects that we see. So we see consciousness, complexity, beauty of various forms, even pains and suffering that seem to be correlated with certain kind of character displaying and character developing results. And maybe we don't see all of that. We see mystery, but all those things actually are effects that would make sense to me if the foundational reality is a certain way. Okay, and I talk about what that way could be also by the light of a second kind of argument, which is an argument that tries to give us the simplest, least arbitrary account of fundamental reality that can explain our observations. And so in that book, I seek to make the argument that if the fundamental reality has a supreme nature, okay, then that would predict that it would have supreme powers and qualities that would further give it resources to make various things that we witness, consciousness, complexity, even moral arenas where beings like us can participate in conversations. And this is just obviously a quick sketch, but the idea here is that through reasoning about the effects that we see, reasoning about our observations, and then looking for that simplest explanation that predicts the most, successfully predicts and explains the most, without multiplying complexity or arbitrary parameters beyond necessity, then it seems to me that we can arrive at a broadly theistic view of fundamental reality. So that's how I've been thinking about it. And I always invite people to sort of follow the light that's brightest in their own mind and sort of ask themselves this question: what is sort of the simplest description of fundamental reality that has the best predictive success? And different people will answer that differently. But that's why I say reason can lead to God. It doesn't force people. In a sense, reason is gentle in that way. It invites people to consider by their own light how to understand the world in light of a theory that explains those observations. So obviously that is a big topic, and that's one that we could spend hours and hours unpacking. But it's one that I think is very important for everybody to sort of think about for themselves.